With a forward position established and our supply lines in place, it is time to clear out the opposition. We have been ordered to deploy XR-12 gas generators to pump out toxic and corrosive gas clouds that will drive our enemy back and keep them at bay. This will give us time to reinforce the area and more efficiently extract the resources that we need. We have our orders for Trederran.
So here we are for gas warfare. This is a big one, guys. There's 2 pages full of rules for this. So what are we trying to do? Well, we're trying to set up 2 gas generators on here, on the derelict ship here. Now, we aren't alone on the derelict ship. We already know this. We've already come across various different gribblies on board. But this was the forwarding position that we set up last time, and we found that there's actually these areas up here where we're going to be getting enemies coming through to try and overrun our position. It's very important we do not let this position fall, or yeah, it's game over. Over here, back the way we came, there's a T-junction, and there is a set of 3 exploration tokens. 1 in each of those set is a clue, and we're trying to find the clues. They're basically the locations for where the gas generator is. It's worth noting that whilst you're on this tile, you don't have to worry about holding back the darkness. So whoever has the light source, which is Finn, they can leave this spot no problem. Whoever's left here to fend off the horde doesn't have to worry about going insane. So essentially we're going to be going up here. We're going to be opening up these doors and hopefully finding something fairly quick. We've basically got to find this clue area, which will say, yes, this is a perfect place to set up something for a gas generator. And then we have to then do cunning tests of a 6+. For every 6+ we get for a cunning test, we get to place a construction marker. But if the engineer does it, they get to place 2 construction markers. When there are markers on a gas generator equal to 2 plus the number of heroes, so 6, remove all the construction markers and the gas generator is fully set up. Place a toxic cloud marker into any 3 empty spaces within 2 spaces of the gas generator to show it is now operational and venting toxic gas. Once the second clue has been found, the enemies increase their assault and the enemy wave's light special rule is no longer in effect. To complete the mission, once both gas generators are fully set up and operational, the heroes have successfully completed the mission. So we're going to go through this as we go through this because there's a lot of rules. Okay, let's talk about our team. Who are we bringing in? Of course, we have our Trederran strike team, our favorite guys. We have Finn, who is our engineer over here. He has a light source. He has a breaching gun, which is pretty impressive. You're basically using a D8 to shoot people. He has had fantastic luck with using this weapon to get lots of experience. He's got his father Nicholas's combat knife, which gets him 1 free attack every adventure, ignoring armor. He's got his arc light pistol, and he's actually got +2 shots for 1 attack in this adventure with this, because he went and visited somewhere in the camp. He's also a genius, so when rolling any skill test, you may re-roll 1 of the dice. Whenever a clue is found, gain D3 strike. I will definitely forget that rule. This is a rule we need to remember as well. He automatically passes escape test and may move through other models, and enemies prioritize him last when selecting a target. That is important because he thrives in shadow, which basically means when he's not targeted in a fight, at the end of each round, he can basically heal 1 health or sanity, or roll a D6 and a 4+, gain a strike. He's also got a bit of rivalry with the undead. So whenever he's on a tile with one of the undead, he gets to roll a dice, and on a 5 or more, he gains a grit. Next, we have got our Sergeant Morgan in the brown over here. She's from the Carcrus Confederacy, which actually I forgot to say, Finn is the Republic of Tarkon, so he gets +1 to all the damage, but he counts as 1 hero level higher than normal for determining the hero party level. So that means we're at party level 3, which means all enemies will be getting elite abilities. Back to Morgan. So our Carcrus Confederacy Sergeant, whenever a depth event is rolled, gains strike equal to the number of the depth event. They're -1 max strike because they're untested, and the hero party gets 1 extra revive token usable only by herself. Now, because we've got 4 heroes, we don't get any revive tokens. It's literally just that for her. She has got The commander's gas mask, which basically enables us to give a strike marker at the beginning of every round to anybody. She's got +1 to her cunning, which is going to be coming very handy there, and she recovers 1 grit anytime she passes a cunning test. She has a sergeant saber, which gives her +1 damage to 1 hit when she's attacking adjacent enemies. She has got the pickaxe to get a +1 combat, and anytime she finds darkstone, she gains 1 extra. And she has got these thermal gloves, which gives her +2 sanity. She's also immune to burning markers and stun markers. So on to Lucas from the Union. He's our Legionnaire. Once per turn, spend 4 strike to gain 1 starting side bag token of his choice. Whenever he would take a corruption point because of his higher ideals, he can prevent it on the d6 roll of a 5 or more. He starts the game with 2 shatter grenades, and he has a T80 DS carbine, which is pretty cool because for every use 1 strike to basically gain a shot with this, you can get a couple of basically 4 shots out of this thing. It's come in really handy previously. We've given him the combat knife to give him a +1 combat, so his combat is currently 3. And he has an axe, so if he's equipped with this and his hunting knife, then he basically gets +2 damage to 1 of his combat hits. He has got the strike team helmet. Whenever he kills an enemy, he gains a strike. And he's got the tag chain and the Trederran longcoat. He can prevent any status effect marker he would gain on the d6 roll of 4 or more. Like I say, I'm probably going to forget all this stuff when we're actually playing. Black Ops. Once per turn, you may re-roll 1 of your to-hit rolls. Whenever the hero party marker crosses into a new stage on the depth track, draw a Trederran team ability card to add to the pool. And I'm going to put these here so I remember to actually draw them. Finally, we have Grimlock. Grimlock's still level 1. He's very close. He needs 70 experience points, and then he can level up with everyone else. He has radiation contamination. He's -2 corruption resistance, but +1 max strike for each mutation he currently has. No mutations yet. Once per fight, use 1 darkstone to add +2 damage to 1 of your hits, or to gain 2 strike. And he has 1 darkstone on him. Nobody else has any darkstone. It's all been spent. He's also a heavy hitter. At the start of each adventure, choose 1 strike team weapon or war card to bring to the mission. +1 max strike. Start every adventure with strike markers equal to your max strike. His max strike is currently 5. We take 2 off of that because we're with a mixed party of Trederran factions. And normally he's taking the Piranha Chainblade, but actually we chucked that out for this mission. We have instead gone for the K2 Dragon Fire Thrower. So it starts with 4 fuel tokens, discard a fuel token to fire. Range 3, we have a template. This bad boy does 1 shot, roll 2d6 for damage and ignores cover. So we do have a cover bonus with this thing here. If you're adjacent to it, you get cover, but he can basically fire over that. He only gets 4 shots with that, but it might help him take out some enemies. He's got the strike team helmet. He gets a strike every time he kills someone. And he's got the gravity boots, giving him +2 sanity. He's immune to gravity effects. He has Peaches, his Varn critter, +1 luck, and he can re-roll a single defense roll once per turn. He has got a T16 field pistol, range 4, shots of 2. And he has an energy blaster, which is range 8, and then he can basically choose which setting to determine how many shots and how much damage that's going to apply to each. He also starts with 5 wounds, which he picked up in the Trederran camp last time. Corruption-wise, Finn is on 3 corruption. He can take another 4 before he mutates. Lucas is corrupt-free. He has 0 corruption. Grimlock has 2 corruption. And yeah, he doesn't have too long until he goes. Well, he's got 4 until he goes. But finally, Morgan, she takes 1 more corruption. Morgan mutates, which is amazing. Okay, so let's decide what abilities we're going to have. Now, with Morgan, she actually gets to choose if she's going to go for one of her own abilities or one is a kind of like generic one. And this time around, we're going to go for a generic one because I feel like we really have to work together as a team for this one. So she's going to choose to take a generic one in here. And the generic ones are good because you can definitely affect all of the party with this. So regroup. Play at the end of any turn to choose 1 Trederran hero to rally around. When you place all of the heroes in empty spaces adjacent to the chosen Trederran, each hero may heal wound/sanity equal to the chosen Trederran's lore value. Okay, so we're going to roll dice for everyone else. So let's start with Finn. So with a 5, he's going to be taking from his Tarkon deck. So let's shuffle this and find out how terrible I am at shuffling. We already know I'm terrible at shuffling. So Terror Troops. Play any time, all Republic heroes may reroll their damage rolls during their next activation. Okay, so that works bully for him, I guess, if he's attacking people. We got a 2 for Lucas, so we've got another generic ability. This one is at any cost. While you have this team ability, whenever the hero party marker moves onto a growing dread space of the depth track, place D3 grit here. Whenever the hero party moves onto a blood splatter space of the depth track, place D6 strike here. Discard this card at any time to divide the grit and strike here between the heroes as you see fit. Once this card has been discarded, all failure results for this mission are doubled if this mission is failed. So yeah, we had this one before. It's pretty good. And we're going to put it near the top so I kind of remember to do that. But I will probably forget. And a 4 for Grimlock. So Grimlock gets one of their own. And Grimlock is found. Play any time. Play at the start of a turn. Until the end of turn, every hero may collect 1 Darkstone whenever any enemy is killed on their map tile. Or D3 Darkstone if the enemy was large, size, or bigger. Okay, so it's worth noting that this entire adventure is a fight. So normally during a fight, you get to catch your breath after the fight is over. However, because we're doing a fight non-stop, that basically means we won't be able to do that. So there are some special rules in here for this, this fight. Any hero that has no enemies on their map tile may give up their attack to do one of the following actions. Ready a once per fight item or ability, or catch their breath. They can heal D3. The staging area, which is over here, it can be scavenged any number of times, which is great. And if anyone ends their turn on this this tile, they'll be gaining a strike token. And I'm going to try and put this on here and try to remind myself that that is going to yeah, be in effect. So without further ado, let us begin with Holding Back the Darkness with our man Finn. Didn't mean that to rhyme, but it did. And we've got an 8. Okay, so we're now going to give a strike marker using the Commander's Mask. We're going to give that to Finn. I think Finn's going to be the man of the moment for this particular game. And then over here, you have these enemies. So let us see if we're going to have any enemies coming in these places. So what I'm going to do is I've got to roll a dice for each of these areas. And if I get 1, 2, or 3, it means we're getting an enemy approaching there. So for this one is a 4. This one is a 4. It was a 6. So guess what, guys? No enemies coming at the moment. So our scans revealed nothing. Okay, so we're going to start with Finn, and he's going to hot-foot it as quick as he can. 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Straight off camera there, great. And we're going to use a strike to give him an additional 2 movement. So he is there. And because he's on his own there, but we can't recover anything from anything for that. So yeah, that's the end of his go essentially. He just ran as fast as he can up that way. Okay, so Morgan next. Morgan's got a cunning of 4. So both Finn and Morgan are probably going to head off to try to, well, she's not going to go very far with that. Yeah, she's going to move 2 spaces up this way. She's going to search. Nothing to scavenge here, but she ends her turn on this area, so she gains a strike marker. Good job I put that there to remember. Okay, Lucas next. Lucas got a 4. So Lucas is going to move around. He's going to gain. He's going to scavenge. He's found something. What's our man Lucas found? He's found a useful discovery. 10 XP. Pulling from the gnarled hand of a dead body, you find something of value in this forsaken place. Draw a gear card. He's found a Scaffold bandana. So +1 move, you gain the keyword outlaw. Well, he's already got something on his face, so he can't actually use this, but he's going to keep that to sell as a curious trinket when he gets back to base. And he gains a strike for being on that tile at the end of his turn. Grimlock's turn, so he's going to roll a dice. Get a 4. Shoring up the defenses here, just checking. And he found something as well. Nothing here. However, he does get 10 XP. But we did something. We did something at town. I think the first time we went back to town, which was a reclamation device of some kind from, I think it was the Expedition Supplies. So, reclamation tools. Whenever a Trederran hero draws a nothing here scavenge card, they may collect 1 dark stone on the d6 roll of a 4 or more. I got a 1, so it doesn't work. We do get a strike, but he can't have any more strike. So that's the end of the round. So hopefully Finn can hold back the darkness for us. He cannot. So the darkness actually moves an additional space during this mission. So we go straight onto a darkness card. So we have Power of the Void. All void enemies are now +1 combat. Try to remember that. And we hear voices in the dark, even though these guys are on a lantern place. So who's furthest away? 1, 2, 3. So these guys are furthest away. So how many are we going to hear? 2 sanity damage. So we're going to have Lucas go first.
Lucas.
And he's going to use his strike to re-roll that. So yeah, he takes 2 sanity damage.
It knows I'm here.
Nothing I can do about that, guys. But he's got a decent amount of sanity, so that's fine. Grimlock. He takes 1 sanity damage, and we're going to allow that.
You will die. Keep it together. Keep it together.
Okay, so Finn is leading the way. Before we begin though, we're going to put a strike token to Finn. Using the commander's gas mask, we get a 5, so 1. And we find the loading dock. Okay, so Morgan is going to try and run after him. She is doing a terrible job at running after him. So we're going to use that grit to add a d6 to this movement. Oh, come on. 1, 2, at least she gets a strike. But she can't get a strike because she's only actually got 1. She already got a strike. Oh no, she got maximum strike of 1. So we're going to add a +2 to her movement with a strike token. So she's got 0 strike now. She's moved as quick as she can. But actually, she's still on that tile, so she would actually get a strike token at the end of her round. Okay, so let's see about our 2 amigos down here. Lucas, 4 to move. He's not going to move anywhere. Oh, and at the start of the round, I did forget to do something, guys. So give me a second. I'm just going to roll all of their things first. So he got a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he's going to try and scavenge. He finds something. He gets a nothing here. 4+, it is Darkstone. It is a Darkstone. And 10 XP for this man. And a strike token. Okay, so Grimlock. Got a 1, so he's got his grit. We're not going to actually move anywhere with him. And we're going to use his action to, his attack action, to heal D3 damage. So just a 1 damage off of him. Can't gain any more strike. And I should have, at the start of the round, rolled a dice for each of these doors. That door's fine. This door. And the bottom door. Okay. So that's the end of the round. So I'm going to be rolling these again in a second. But first, we have to hold back the dark. 10. And I forgot, everyone gets a strike marker whenever he holds back the darkness. So sorry about that, guys. There's just so many rules to remember with this. We're going to give a strike token to Finn as well, using the commander's gas mask, and then But before we even did that, guys, we should have flipped this exploration token. I'm really sorry, guys. So this exploration token should have flipped over at the end of as soon as he looked through the door, I think. So we have found somewhere, and we get 2 encounters. The encounters only apply to people that are on his tile and the adjacent one. So we're just going to play it from now that basically the end of the round, this occurred. Morgan's there, so this is going to apply to both these people. So we have our favorite blinking console. We could potentially heal some stuff and get some extra loot cards. We could recover grit, or we could be attacked. We're just going to ignore this and move on. So the room appears to be a command station for the ship. There are several control panels and monitors lining the wall, as well as empty chairs and freestanding consoles across the room. You see a blinking red next to a large button. That always is very hard to read. We're going to ignore this and move on, because that's the kind of heroes we are. Space-time distortions. Up ahead, the air seems to glimmer and twist, bending light and shimmering in the dark passage. As you get closer, you can see flickering visions in the light. The future, the past, horrible things yet to come. Anytime a hero enters their move on this map tile, except during a fight, they must take the following test. Yikes. Law 5+. If successful, gain d6 times 5 XP as you watch visions unfold. If failed, you are terrified by what you see in the distortions. Take 3 horror hits that do 2 sanity damage each. Also if failed, and any ones were rolled for the test, immediately draw and play a growing dread card. That is that kind of sucks. But we have found somewhere to set up a generator, which is great. We've also moved up here, which means we're going to be adding D3 grit to the at any costs Trederran faction card, which is pinned under that door at the moment. And at any point we can basically grab that, which is yeah, pretty handy. So we rolled to hold back the darkness. We revealed this thing, which we should have done at the very end of the last round. We should be rolling these now. So I just rolled that, but actually I don't need to, because basically we're going to have 2 threats coming through these 2 portals. So the first threat we have is the lower one, so we're having D3 +1 flesh drones. They don't have any sinister experiments with them. Cobbled together from parts of bodies and gruesome technology, these minus drones are ruthless but efficient. So these guys are going to shank you. And we're going to see what elite ability they have. So elite ability 4, which is +2 to their combat. They're relentless drones. Yikes. Okay, and then the threat from down below are our pals, the Necronauts. And I don't know why I just added 2 on there. I've got to roll a dice to see how many we get. So it's D3 +1 flesh drones. So it's 4 flesh drones. Oof. So these guys actually start off the board. And then we have D3 Necronauts coming from the bottom. So 2 Necronauts. Luckily they won't move until the very end, but what is their elite ability? That's what you want to know. They've got heavy and virus suits, +3 health, and immune to damage from explosives. Okay, so let's have a look at initiative values then. So, Finn and Morgan both have an initiative of 5. It is then over to the flesh drones, then it is on to Lucas, and then it's the Necronauts, and then finally it is our man Grimlock. So, Lucas, we've lucked out with this, because this is except during a fight. So, yeah, this space-time distortion is looking, we don't actually have to worry about that. We really lucked out with that. That's fantastic. So the space-time distortions aren't really an issue for us. So let's see if Lucas can get to there. I think he can. So he's adjacent to this generator here, and he can give us attack to do a cunning test. He also gains D3 strike whenever a clue is found. So we found a clue. He gets 2 additional strike. So he's going to spend 2 of his strike to add an additional dice to this cunning check. Okay, so we're going to use a grit to re-roll all of those because he was not as cunning as we'd hoped. Okay, so we're going to re-roll one of these dice with his genius ability as a 1. So we only get to place 2 of these construction markers on here, but it is 2 though, which is good, and he gets 10 XP for doing that. Okay, well done. Right, so Morgan is next. 3 spaces. She uses strike to add 2 to this, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She can't quite make it in time. Unless we had to use the grit to add additional. What the heck? We're gonna use a grit to add an additional dice to this movement, so she can get all the way there. And then she's gonna do a cunning check herself. Cunning of 4. Hey, she did it! No way to re-roll any of these dice, but we do get to put another construction token down. She gets 10 experience points. So we're actually halfway there to constructing this thing. However, it's now the enemy's turn. So our flesh drones activate now. They have a speed of 8. So that's what that's looking like. Now, the good thing is that we have some additional cover because we are next to the sandbag. So we're rolling 4 dice per flesh drone here. So it's going to be 8 dice for this attack. They need 4 or more to hit, so we've got 3 hits there. They're going to be doing 4 damage each as well for that. So how cover works, we get to do this before we roll a defense rolls. So we've got 3 of these coming through. The sandbags give us a cover of 3+, I believe. 4+. So here's his attempt to block this. He's going to use a grit to re-roll those. So he's covered by the sandbag by 2 of these. And he's rolling his defense. And with his Van Critter, he can re-roll that defense dice. He takes 1 damage. No, he takes 4 damage. He's 1 hit point off of being knocked out. Not even joking. Ugh. So he's going to use 3 of his strike tokens, the 3 striker tokens he has, to reduce those wounds value by 3. So he only takes 1 damage in the end. Okay, so next is going to be Lucas, the Legionnaire. And he's going to shoot from where he is. So he's just going to shoot with his T80 DS carbine. And he's going to use 2 strike to add 2 shots to this. Wish me luck, guys. He's rolling 3 dice. So you got a critical hit, 3 and a 3. He needs 4s to hit, so he's going to use a grit to re-roll those 2 dice there. And I'm going to get rid of these dice and replace them with other ones because I feel like they're failing me. These 2 look pretty nice. So it's 1 damage, goes through armor. Use a D8 for damage for this with the ill behavior. 7, only 3 damage goes through though. But, oh, they have got cover though. So, they're going to get to save cover. I believe cover works for those guys as well. So before they, yeah, let's see if we're able to save this from the cover. No. So he does take 3 wounds. Okay, and he's ended his turn on there, so he gets a strike token. Right. These bad boys lurching up. They can't move through enemies, so they're just going to stay there. The nice thing is, Grimlock is in a very nice position to use one of his new flamethrower tokens. So he's going to chuck one of his fuel tokens into this, and he is just going to burn everything. So how this works is it's a range 3, shots 1, roll 2d6 for damage, and ignore cover. So I have to roll 1 dice and hopefully get get a 6. I think I have to roll per person I'm attacking. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It does say shots 1 though, so it's just 1 roll, and then it affects everyone. That's how I'm playing it. No, because it just means 1 dice. I'm not quite sure what I should do here, guys. I'm just going to roll 1 dice and it affects all of them. And I'm going to use my grit to re-roll that terrible roll. Just need 4 more to hit. Well, that's the best thing I could do. It's 2d6. And I'm going to roll this to go over all of them. So it's 5 damage.
You're toast.
So, this guy is dead. This guy has 3. This guy has 3. I'm just going to put them on all of them. The Necronauts have an endurance of 2, so they only take 2 damage from this. But I feel like it was a really good use of our turn there. So I'm fairly certain Grimlock is going to be knocked out this next round. Okay, so that's all the damage we did there. Grimlock is getting some experience points for that, which is fantastic. For defeating that guy, he gets 25 experience points. He just needs 5 more. No. Yes, 5 more and he can level up. And he gets a strike for being on that tile at the end of his turn. He's also going to just chuck some bandages and recover 6 hit points.
Ain't got time to bleed.
Okay, so it's the start of a new round. We're going to have a new threat coming in there, and the new threat is some more Necronauts. So D3 Necronauts, 1 Necronaut. And because we've only got 1 threat card on the board at the moment, I'm going to say they've all got the same elite ability just to make this a bit simpler for me. Okay, hold back the darkness. We got a 7, so everyone gets a strike. Commander's gas mask and labels us give a strike to. We're going to give that to Lucas. Actually, yeah, Lucas. Why not? And we've got a roll for these 2 doors here. So we're going to get a new enemy coming through there, and down the bottom here, no enemy.
Hurry up!
Okay, so we're back up here, and we're going to be trying to. We're using 2 strike to add an additional dice to this cunning check for our man Finn. Oh, nice! That's going to do it. So he's adding 4 construction to this. We've already got a 3 on that. We only need another 3. So this has been fully constructed. So he gets 30 experience points for that. Well done, Finn. That was some fantastic. So that is constructed now. And here's the toxic gas that's pumping out. Okay, so Morgan's going to roll to move. I'm not sure I actually rolled to move for Finn, but never mind. So she's moving. Back of that away. She doesn't need to catch her breath, really. So now it's on to these guys. So unfortunately, they can actually move across here now. So we're going to get him to move into this area here. Let's move out a little bit for you. So he's moved into there, and then this guy has moved down here. So we've got 2 of them going to be attacking Grimlock, 1 of them attacking Lucas. So we'll do the one attacking Lucas first. 4 dice. 2 of those are hits. No cover. We're just going to see if this goes straight through or not. Oh, nice save. So 6s. So yeah, we don't have to worry about that. Now another 8 dice coming through to Grimlock. And Grimlock does have cover for this though. So let's see how they get on with this. Okay, so we've got a potential 12 damage coming through, which would knock Grimlock out. But before we roll for defense, we're going to roll for cover. We need 4 or more for these. We don't have any grit for Grimlock at the moment for this. So we take out 2 of those with cover. And then we're going to roll for our defense. And we get to re-roll with our Varn Critter. We need 3 or more. Yes. So Peaches saved us there. I will not sing the song. I'm tempted. But I will probably get a lot of people unsubscribe. So we're going to have Lucas activate next. He's going to roll. He gets a 3. So he's not going to be gaining any grit. But he doesn't need grit for what he's going to do. He's going to use his hunting knife. He's gone into combat with this guy. It's 3 dice. He gets a +1 to his combat. He gets a +2 damage to one of his combat hits. And he needs a 4 or more. So 2 hits with that. That's fine. Then we're going to roll, applying both of these to this guy here. So a 6 and a 4. So the defense is 2. So that is going to go through and do 2 damage, which is enough to kill him. So there we go. Splat. This guy is dead. 25 experience point for our man, Lucas. He gains a strike whenever he kills somebody, which I think, no, he didn't kill someone last time, but he gained a strike this time. And he gains a strike for being on that space at the end of his round. Yeah, that was pretty good. So it's now onto the Necronauts. Now, as far as I'm aware, you can't move through enemy models, so these guys are just lurching forward. And we don't have to worry about the terror that they kind of inflict on us because we're not on the same map tile as them just yet. Grimlock's turn. So just 1 dice. I've only got 1 chance at this. 5 is a hit. That's fantastic. So it's 2d6 damage. 8 damage coming through. Unfortunately, we can only do 3 damage to these guys and 2 damage to all of these. So they've got 5 hit points. We've got 8 hit points in total. So we're just adding another 2 to these guys. He regains a strike every time he kills somebody. Killed 2 people there, so that's 2 strike. He also gets 50 experience points for that. So that means at the start of this next round, which is now, we get to level up Grimlock, finally. And he gains a strike for being on that tile at the end of his round. Okay, so we're going to level up Grimlock now at the start of a new round. So we're going to roll 2 dice to see what he gets on his chart. So he got an 8. An 8 is +1 agility or +1 law. Also gain D3 health / sanity. Definitely going for the health for this. His law is 1. His luck is... So his agility is 2. So we're going to add 1 to his law. So his law is now 2. So it's a bit more experience now from all of this shenanigans. And then we get a D3. Let's just be a 1 or a 2. Okay, that's 2. That's fine. So we're going to give him 2 health. So he's now at 11 health. Okay, and then we're going to go for the ruthless kind of route here. So we're going to go for aggression. Your gun hits and combat hits are +1 damage when assigned to an unwounded enemy. +1 initiative as well. So it means he's now going to be moving before the undead, which is very helpful. Okay, start a new round. Let's do all the nitty-gritty stuff first. So we're going to roll the dice for... we'll get rid of the flesh drones now. The flesh drones thing's going to go away. If we get some more come out, then so be it. Nothing coming from that portal. We are getting something coming from the portal down there. And we also see what is going to be arriving here. Flesh drones again. So D3 +1 flesh drones. So of course it's 4 flesh drones again. Come back, guys. Just when you thought you were safe, they're coming back. You brought friends. So more flesh drones, and what is their ability this time around? So 2. So these guys. Oh, sorry, I had to roll first to see whether they had any sinister experiments on them. I believe. So they do get a sinister experiment. So sinister experiments, we have to draw a low threat card, and we pull tentacles. So we have to find the tentacle chart out, and then they're going to get one of the elite abilities of a tentacle. 6. So they got +2 initiative. So these guys have got initiative of 6. Ay, 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 as Alpha would say. And they also have an elite ability because we're at level... Flesh drones gain the keyword undead and have regeneration 2. At the start of each turn, heals 2 wounds. God, these guys are a tough bunch. So we have undead, swift flesh drones who have initiative of 6 now. So they're going to be going before anybody. These guys are rushing through the reports of the death of their comrades, or maybe they're actually the same ones. Who knows? So let's see if Finn can do it. Hold back the darkness. Yes. So we're holding back the darkness. Everyone gets a strike. You get a strike. You get a strike. We're all at max strike at the moment, so no strikes for anybody. Okay, and Morgan's not going to give a strike to anyone because she can't. Okay, so our swift tentacle flesh guys are going to be running in. They've got a speed of 8, so they can just move up just behind. And this is a really nice little kind of corridor for Grimlock because he can just kind of stay there and shoot at them. So that's the flesh drones. Next, it is Finn, our illustrious engineer. At the top there, he's going to try and run this away and try to get... Ooh, 5, that's not bad. He's going to use a strike to add 2 to this. He's running 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He can look through a door, and we're playing it that basically... we're playing it that if this has an expiration token on it, we wait till everyone's gone and then we'll reveal what it is. Whether that's the case or not, I don't know. Kind of sucks if if we are doing it that way though. And we find a short passage. Not what I wanted to find, guys. Right, Morgan's then going to try to move. Okay, now it is Lucas and Grimlock. So Lucas is going to shoot first. Right, so I kind of feel like we should chuck a shatter grenade in there. But these guys are immune to explosives, and I kind of feel like it's an explosive. So instead, we're going to use a T80 DS carbine, because these guys have got a lot of health on them, and their defense is 4. They've got an additional 3 health each. So yeah, the Necronauts are a tough bunch. If this was Finn fighting the Necronauts, he'd have a bit of a bonus, because he's got a bonus against the undead. Right, so let's try to fight them. We're spending 2 strike to add 2 shots to this attack. With our T80 DS carbine. Okay, once per turn you may reroll one of your to hit rolls using the Black Ops ability. He's hit on the other 2. And he misses on that. There's no way we can re-roll that unless we have 2 strike, which we do. So he's going to use his last 2 strike to re-roll that dice, and he's allowed to do it because he can do it after he's re-rolled once. That's fine. Yes, so that is 3 hits. So we're going to apply. So how much health has he got? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to apply 2 of those to him and 1 of those to the other guy. Okay, I realised that Grimlock actually got a ton of experience points from shooting those Necronauts, because they get 15 plus 5 for each, 15 per wound, and then plus 5 for every wound you do after that. So yeah, he did a lot of damage to those guys earlier. So sorry, it's Lucas shooting these guys. 2 against that guy, 1 against that one. Okay, that's not bad. So 2 damage onto this guy with that one. And then 1 damage with that because it went through the armor. So he's got 1 hit point left. And he gets 60 experience points in total for that shot. And then the one against this guy. Yeah, nothing we do about that. It's taken by the heavy virus suit. Okay, Grimlock. Well, another fuel into the fire. He's only got one more after this. So it's got a range of 3. So he actually that is there. He's there. 1, 2, 3. So we can't actually get these 3 guys in the back. You can get all of these guys. Rolling 1 dice, 2 hits. A roll to move before that. 4. Roll to hit. 4. He needs a 4 to hit, so that worked out well. Let's do our damage. 8 damage. Okay. So 1 damage on him kills him. So that's 20 experience points for our man Grimlock. 2 damage on this guy. 2 damage on that guy. And 3 damage on this guy over here. And he's going to be healing 2 of those at the start of his next turn. So yeah, so that's everything. Another round is done with. We are getting close to the end of this, I think. Let's see what new threat we have coming out of here. And we have a new guy. A new challenger enters the arena. The Sitaris Ravagers, a vicious and bloodthirsty race of aliens. The Sitaris Kite Wings descend from the skies in waves to overwhelm their foes. Though they appear to be as savage creatures, they're quite intelligent, utilizing advanced weapons and armor for their hunting squads of Ravagers. So peril dice. Just the 3. These guys sweep down. It's the first time we've seen these guys on the channel. So Sitaris Ravagers have an initiative of 6. They're using Snapfire. Now Snapfire is we've got a rule thing here. So enemies with Snapfire will target, move, and attack in melee as normal. They also may take shots of opportunity with their ranged weapons throughout the fight. When ambushing, we don't worry about that. Free range attack. At the start of the enemy's activation, if there are no heroes adjacent to it, it makes a free range attack. But there is no heroes, so it's going to ignore that for the first round. But as soon as it is, it can shoot at them. They basically get a free range attack before they run in. Then they try and attack without melee, and then they run out if they can. So, what elite ability do these guys have? Let's find out what they've got first. So, Snapfire with the Sitaris laser rifle, Agile Dodge if this model's initiative is higher than the attacker's, prevent 2 damage on each hit it takes, or 3 damage if its initiative is double or more. So, yeah, it's going to be preventing 3 damage against these guys. Flight moves through other models and changes target each turn, so it's going to be able to get to people. Snapfire Masters only needs a roll of 2+ for the hit and run free move of Snapfire. Instead of only moving the shortest distance, moves to be at least 4 spaces from its previous point position if possible. Move 9, escape 3+, to hit, range 3, melee 4, combat 2, damage 4, defense 3, 4 experience points, and its elite ability is sweeping, +1 initiative, +1 combat, and +2 health. So initiative of 7. I realised I didn't actually activate these guys last round. So these guys would have actually moved forward and attack Grimlock. So just rewinding there, guys, sorry. We didn't activate these guys, so they are attacking Grimlock. They've got a combat of 2 each, so it's 4 dice. So we've got a cover save of 4. Yep, the cover saved us. So we're fine. But these guys, when they activate, they are going to be taking horror hits because they're on the same tile as them. Anyway, sorry, so rewind. These guys now appeared. We're going to see if we get more enemies come through here. No enemies through there. And then this one here. We will be having some more enemies coming through this one at the end of the round. Let's see if Finn, all the way over here, can hold back the darkness. Come on, Finn. Two 5s. Yikes. So that's going to be Echoes of Death, D6 horror hits each. 5. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so Finn. So 6, a 4. 4. He's going to take 2 sanity damage from that. He's going to use 2 strike to ignore that. Okay, Morgan. So she's going to be taking 2. She's going to use a strike to ignore one of those. So she takes 1 sanity damage. Okay, so it's onto Lucas next. Oh, he's fine. This guy's... he's too busy worrying about what's ahead of him. And then Grimlock. He's going to take 3 sanity damage, so we're going to use 3 of his 4 strike to ignore those. So they all kind of shrug it off. We're then going to give a strike over to Finn from the Commander's Gas Mask. And the Sitaris Ravagers are the first to activate. So they activate, they can't do their Snapfire because there is no one, they can't do their free range attack, sorry. So these guys are going to fly in. So you need to decide who this guy's attacking. So an odd it's going to be Grimlock, even it's going to be Lucas. So this guy moves 9 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to fly in there. This guy over here, odd, Grimlock, it's even. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. And this guy has to be Grimlock because of the rules of shadows. He kind of alternates attacks. So their melee is normally their combat is 2, but they have +1 because they're swooping. So we've got 4 attacks coming in to Lucas. He's not adjacent to the. He can't get cover from this. So yeah, that's 3 hits. We're not having a special ability with 6s, which is good. See if he can defend against these. Defense against 1, so he's taking 8 damage. Yikes, that is a lot of damage. But he's a tough guy. He's, you know, a hardy legionnaire. And then the other guy is attacking. Guy at the back there is attacking Grimlock. And a 6 and a 4. They only need a 4 to hit. So it's 2 hits coming through. This will kill Grimlock. No, he'll be okay, but he'll only have 1 hit point left. He needs 3s to avoid that. So yeah, he takes 4 damage. Oof. We really need Finn to hurry up with his console. Okay, and now we're going to see if they can actually do their hit and run. So they're going to see if they can move away. So I'm going to roll for each one of them. So the first guy, he's a 2+, so he gets a free move. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's flying over there. And then this guy is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's flying towards these consoles. And then this guy over there. Basically, if they get a 1, they don't get to do anything. Otherwise, they're flying away. So he's flying all the way up there. However, I think we do have some rules about them being on this tile. So it might be more advantageous for them to stay on the tile to kind of hinder, because they are trying to overrun this area, I guess. So he was there, so 1, 2, he's just going to move over here. So they've kind of regrouped over this side of the habitat ring. Now, because we have got 3 enemies in there, the Hold Back the Darkness needs to be 1 higher than normal to succeed. There's over 12 or more enemies on the 4 position map. At the end of the turn, the heroes lose a mission. 5, that'll do it. And we find, a medical bay. Okay, so we're going to reveal what that is. I feel like I need to reveal what that is right now, to be fair, because let's see what the rules state. So yeah, so we got to do that straight away. So let's see what. Oh my god! Thank God for that. We found the second clue, which means this is where the other gas generator is going to be. That's fantastic, because that basically means we just have to do this and we can get out of this place. So I think he's got like one more space he can move. So we found the location, which is Medbay. Let's see if we can get Morgan to come and join him there. And you know what? We're going to cash this guy in straight away now. We're going to cash this in, which gets everyone... We got 3 grit we can distribute between people. So we're going to give a grit to Grimlock, a grit to Lucas, and a grit to Finn. Morgan. 2 spaces, Morgan. Oh. Do you know what? Morgan may as well just... Do we want to get Morgan just to run away? Try and help her friends out? Yeah. So Morgan's coming this way. Okay, next is initiative of... Well, these... Sorry, I forgot that the Flesh Drones got initiative of 6. So these guys are basically just right behind our Necronauts. They should have moved. Then it's on to our guys here. So I feel Grimlock's got it with this flamethrower. He's only got 1 more of these. He may as well kind of use that in a second. But let's go for Lucas first. So roll to move for Lucas. 3. He's going to turn his attention to these guys. So he's got 1 strike. So get 2 shots off with his... Yeah, he's going to use his carbine for this. First of all, he's going to use one of his bandages to heal 2 hit points. It's not amazing, but it'll do. He's then going to use his strike to add an additional dice to this roll. He is going to try and take out some of these winged pests. Now, the damage reduction on this is 3. Four and a 2. He gets to reroll one of his to hit rolls, so he's got 1 hit. Just the 1 hit. Ugh. Okay, D8 for this. Come on, D8. 6 damage, which will be 3 damage, which will be soaked up by the defense. So we're going to use a grit to reroll that 6 and hopefully get an 8. 3 is worse. So, yeah, we miss. The Sitaris Ravagers are too quick. We get a strike for being on that tile, though, which is fine. Grimlock is activating next, and he doesn't like the undead. He's going to do this. He targets all of these guys now. And this undead guy was just hanging around at the top, up here. I just trying to remember if he's actually supposed to be coming in or not. And when I moved the thing, it kind of went. Yeah, I think he should be coming in. So this Necronaut should be moving as well, I think. Kind of forgot about him up there. But let's see what we do here. So 1 dice to rule them all, and in the darkness bind them. Oh, critical hits! Seven damage coming through to all of these guys. These guys do get cover resist against this though. 4 or more, they avoid it. So this guy avoids it. But yeah, this guy is taking 2 damage. Okay, and the rest are taking 7 damage. They have shields of defense of 2. They can only take a maximum of 3 hits. So this guy is gone. These 3 hits go over to here. 3 hits there. And 3 hits there. Grimlock gets a strike for being on that tile at the end of his round. And he's going to use a bandage to get rid of 5 wounds. So he's back to full health. Okay, guys, so there's a lot to keep track of here. Starting a new round, so the first thing I'm going to do... Well, actually, it's not a new round, Adam, because these guys haven't activated yet. So, the Necronaut has got a speed of 3, so he's going to move on to this space here. As is this guy. and they're both going to attack Grimlock. Two hits. He's got cover though, so 4 or more, we avoid these. So then it comes down to his defense. 3 or mores. We get to reroll 1 of those. So he's blocked 1. There's going to be 4 damage coming through. We're going to use his grit to reroll. We've already rolled that once, so yeah, he takes 4 damage. So the damage he just got rid of, he gets back again. And I forgot, every time they take damage from these Necronauts, he's supposed to take sanity damage as well. For every hit done, they also take 1 horror hit. I'm so sorry, guys. It is one of those things I've got so much to remember. So let's see if he can save the sanity damage from that. So he takes 2 sanity damage. And I've forgotten to... Every time they activate on the same tile, they should be taking sanity damage. This is the first... Lucas and Grimlock, I'm going to get them both to get Terror 1 at the moment. So, Terror for him. He takes 1 sanity damage. And Terror for Grimlock. He takes 1 sanity damage. So sorry, guys. I'll put corrections in the bottom there. Just, like I say, there's a lot going on. And this guy also kind of moves around at the back there. Okay, so we've got a new round, so we're going to have some new enemies appearing here. Let's roll if we have anyone up there. Nothing coming up this way. Something coming from down there, so I'll put that there. Our new threat is going to be 1. Oh, sorry, it's now because we've done one of... It's going to be the next... Because we've got one of these generators going, we should be going for medium now. So 2 beacon drones and Peril Necronauts. 3 Necronauts. God, we really have stirred up a hornet's nest in here now. And the beacon drone's elite ability is warp explosion. We had these before. When they destroy, they basically give corruption to everyone who's on their tile. Right, so now these guys are coming in. Oh, yoy. Okay, so we're going to roll for Holding Back the Darkness at this point. A lonely engineer up there. Cannot hold back the darkness. We get a... it's now an 8 to hold back the darkness because we've got 3 people on the tile.
Trederran will fall.
And we get the Dark Omen. The darkness immediately moves 1 step forward on the depth track. Each hero gains 20 XP and may cover 1 grit. Oof, that is kind of nice, but not nice. We're going to give a strike to Lucas. And our Sitaris Ravagers start off. And I'd say they've got line of sight and Morgan there. So we're going to have... Oh, before we do that, Voices in the Dark, guys. So Lucas and Grimlock hear Voices in the Dark because of the failure on the Hold Back the Darkness roll. 6 sanity damage coming through. I might have my first knockout from some people here. So this is for Lucas. Lucas keeps it pretty much together. He takes 1 sanity damage. Grimlock, can he keep it together? Grimlock is going to be taking 3 damage from that. He's going to use his 2 strike tokens to reduce that down to 1 damage coming through. So he's got 5 sanity damage on him, but he's got a decent sanity. They've also got a lot of whiskey they can use to reduce some of this, so maybe he should have kept his goddamn mouth shut. Right, so that was the Hold Back the Darkness. We failed. Sitaris Ravagers now. So I think they this guy down here has got line of sight on Morgan. So I think all 3 of them can actually make a... We're going to say they move like that, so all 3 of them can make a shot. So their range attack... 3 shots, damage 2. So this is the one against Morgan to begin with. 6, a 5, and a 4. She needs 4s to block this. So she blocks one of those. So she's taking 4 damage. Okay, so the next one is going to be shooting at Lucas. So that's 2 hits. He blocks those. And then the last one shooting at Grimlock. Grimlock has got cover because he's adjacent to the sandbags. So he needs 3 or more. Well, he needs 4 or more to cover. So the cover, he kind of ducks behind these sandbags, so he's fine. So that's there. They're then going to basically attack people. So I'm going to move them all in. They're swooping up there. They're swooping in here. They're swooping there. So let's start with Morgan first. This thing's flying at her. So it's got combat of 3. 3, 3, and 4. Only one of those goes through. Can she defend it? She can. Go for the one against Lucas next. One of those hits. He can't defend it. It's going to be 4 damage to him. Oof. And then the one attacking Grimlock. 6 is the only one that goes through. Can his cover save him? Sorry, let's move that back there. He got a 6 and a 1 and a 3, I think it was. The cover saves him, so he's fine. Right, so that was initiative 7, sorry. Initiative 6 now is the drones. The drones can't actually move past these guys, but they can shuffle up 1. That's the end of their go. The next initiative is our man Finn. It is all riding on him. He failed to hold back the darkness. Can he at least get next to this thing? He can. So he's next to the generator. Okay, so he's using 2 strike to add an additional dice to this. If we get 3 6s, we've done it. And we can use a grit to re-roll these. And he should have gained D3 strike markers. So he's going to gain 3 strike markers from finding that clue. I don't think I did the last time. Anyway, so here we go. 6s. We've got 2 6s there. Okay, we're going to use our grit to re-roll these 2 dice here. And I get to do 1 more re-roll even if something's been re-rolled because he's a genius. Oh my god, so I didn't even do that. So that is 2, 4, 6. That's exactly how many we need. Just check the rule book. We've done it. That was it. That's all we needed to do. Just set that up. Oh my god, that was crazy.